Welcome to We Make Change, the tiny house build. Today we're looking at the preparation for a tiny house trailer. This is the first video in a multi-part series of how-to videos to build your tiny house trailer. For more information regarding the trailer and other information, check out our website at www.wemakechange.co.nz. So the whole trailer was designed in a three-dimensional CAD package. This meant that I could quickly turn out drawings for cut lengths of metal. We're lucky enough to be able to cut the steel on the drop bandsaw at work, as you can see in the image here. The process to work this is obviously load the steel up, and this was definitely a two-person job. These are 8 metre length sections at 150 by 50, so they are pretty heavy. So once loaded up, you obviously just needed to measure the length you needed to cut to. Make sure that the bandsaw is perpendicular to your work if you're cutting a perpendicular cut. Clamp the clamp up here nice and tight so it's not going to move anywhere. In this case, these are the long sections. We're cutting those together just to save time, and also the bandsaw doesn't wander so much when you're sort of cutting through a lot of metal all at once. Here's the bandsaw cutting through the metal. You can see the coolant to aid the blade in cutting and not overheating. And there's the final cut it's making now, and it automatically shuts off. So I had to make a couple of cuts on an angle, an 8-degree angle in this case. That just meant setting the bandsaw at an angle, as you can see here. So the bandsaw was also used to cut smaller components like this right angle section. This case a stop was used. There's two advantages of using stop. Firstly, speed. You don't need to measure the part each time, and second, accuracy. You know that every part you cut is going to be the same as the last. So once all the cutting was done, it was time to drill. I took the approach to pre-drill as many of the components as possible, purely because it's a bit easier dealing with the components on a drill press than sort of hand drilling things. You got more accuracy, control and power that way. So I'm just wanting to drill a hole in this piece of steel for some of my trailer bracketry to hold the two parts of the trailer together. Just using a little drill press here. Drilling a pilot hole through first. This is about 3mm drill bit, nice and sharp. And I just want to drill through approximately here. So I've just clamped these other bits of steel down here just to act as a guide, and just to stop the steel pulling up, especially when it breaks through, which can be quite dangerous. I'm just clamping this other clamp down here. Do that up nice and tight. So I've already preset where these guides are. Some 20mm off the edge, from this edge and in the middle here. So because I've got about 14 or so of these to drill, it's just quicker than measuring each one. So we turn our drill on, safety glasses on. I've got the drill going as slow as it can. Mild steel. And then we just feed it in there nice and slowly just to get started. Just apply a bit of weight, not too much. Just be cutting reasonably nicely there, the swarf coming off. And then just keep feeding it through. And there, that's broken through the other side. That clamp's held it in place nice and safely. We're all good to go. So now we can obviously take that off quickly, pull that out, next one goes on. So with a bit of trial and error, I've decided just to go up to a bigger drill press The smaller one was working but wasn't ideal, so I thought, got the option, might as well use the big boy. So I got the small, like 3mm pilot hole in here. I decided just to jump straight into the 11 just to save a bit of time with mid-range drill bit. So the way I've been doing this is just getting the drill press going. Again, nice and slow, just holding that nice and firmly, lining her up, just getting a little bit of a start going, and switching off. Then that way I can sort of get that lined up, jump in here with my clamp, just try to keep that pretty well where it is. Just make sure that's all pretty lined up. Probably could be a bit better, so we'll just loosen that clamp off a touch. Wants to go that way a little bit. This is just so the drill doesn't wander into the wrong place. It's not super critical in this case, but you get these things pretty well right. So do that up nice and tight, because that's going to want to spin and potentially take your fingers off if it catches. So I get the drill going again. Bit of cutting fluid on there. Nice and slow. Just get a bit of weight on there again, just like before. See, getting the nice cut there with a nice sharp drill bit. Nice bit of swarf coming through. Just have to be a little bit careful with that. Sometimes it gets a bit over the top, but it's all good. Nice and slow, especially at the end when it breaks through. There, break through, turn your drill off, remove that, swarf, undo, boom. 11mm hole for a 10mm bolt, ready to go.